He failed school again and again, couldn't speak properly. Yet one day, 7,000 people work for him. So what really counts in success? What really counts? Tenacity and leadership. Ability. If our traditional measurements of an individual's potential for success, high test scores and grade point average in school, are not reliable predictors of who has the millionaire mind, what are the factors that count? Millionaires possess two essential attributes, tenacity and leadership ability. Speaking of tenacity, Dave Longaberger recently passed away. His long career as a successful business owner could not have been predicted by some of his grade school teachers. It seems that Mr. Longaberger was held back 3 times. In elementary school, he was 21 before he finally graduated from high school. His poor performance in school was partially due to the fact that he had epilepsy and a significant stuttering problem. See Robert M.C.G. Thomas Jr., David Longaberger, basket maker, dies at 64, New York Times, March the 22nd, 1999, PA 18. It doesn't seem possible that a fellow who was left back 3 times in. What qualities and experiences do millionaires who were academic underachievers have in common? Most often they started working early in their lives. While their self-esteem may have been tarnished at school, it was often enhanced by working part-time. Mr. Longaberger got his first job at the age of 6 working at a store as a stock clerk. But he and most of his fellow self-made millionaires developed and then demonstrated a certain tenacity. One has to be tenacious to overcome stuttering, epilepsy, and being held back repeatedly. He also had parents who motivated and inspired him to overcome his shortcomings. Enlightened parents tell all their children, you can achieve if you work hard. Hard work is a better predictor of success than grade school experiences. How many of Mr. Longaberger's customers, who last year purchased more than $700 million of his product, were influenced by his performance in grade school? I'll never buy a Chrysler product. Why is it? You say that you just cannot even think of purchasing a motor vehicle made by Chrysler, and you have every justification for your attitude. Perhaps we have little faith in a corporation that allowed an academic underachiever to become its leader. Yes, Robert A. Lutz, former president and vice chairman of Chrysler Corporation, was 22 years of age when he finally graduated from high school. 7 years later, he graduated from college with a bachelor's degree. Robert A. Lutz, Guts, New York, John Wiley & Sons, 1998, pp. 4, 13. So forget about it. You don't care that Chrysler makes great products. You only buy cars from companies headed by Phi Beta Kappa members. Many of our millionaires, like Mr. Lutz, are not beaten down by this early lack of academic achievement. Like most, his strength had something to do with his relationship with one or both of his parents. I'll bet he had a kind and supportive father. Perhaps that's why he dedicated his fine book to his dad. Are you like Mr. Lutz's dad? Or would you give up encouraging, mentoring, and supporting your son or daughter if he or she was still in high school at the age of 21? I hope not. Like most millionaires, Mr. Lutz had some great mentors. And the U.S. Marines taught him something about discipline, leadership, and integrity. He later went on and received an MBA. When he was president at Chrysler, many of his subordinates probably had outstanding records in high school and were accepted to many colleges. But these same honor graduates were now working for Mr. Lutz. It's difficult to predict success using academic measures. In the best tradition of the American economy, Mr. Lutz was made president because he was best at that position. He rose over others because he was a leader of people. No matter that those people were considered intellectually gifted or not, they were inspired by a leader. A leader knows how to maximize the productivity of people and other resources. And Lutz proved this ability time and time again. Obviously, Mr. Lutz never believed that his underachievements in high school were precursors of his entire future, or he would never have had the guts to run Chrysler. Nor would he have had the guts to tell his readers that he finally graduated from high school at 22. In any other society, Mr. Lutz might have sealed his fate with his academic performance in high school. But what is considered to be an irreversible trait in China, Japan, England, India, and other countries is reversible in America. We are a nation of comeback kids. Some just take a bit longer to finish the course that will enhance their economic productivity. Early failures, dismal classroom performances, disastrous academic records, and dreadful SATs will defeat those who allow these academic measurements to dishearten their souls. But if one keeps working toward lofty goals, one can and will succeed in America. Luck has nothing to do with it. You are only lucky that you live in America, especially if you plan on being a comeback kid. All leaders, if we just decide to follow the cultural stereotype, we would automatically assign all senior leadership roles to those who were straight A students in grades pre-K through 12, were straight dash students in college, scored a perfect 1600 on the SAT. All the rest of us could just go to work for these leaders. But being perfect in school does not translate into becoming a high-performance leader, because analytical intelligence is not a strong correlate of leadership ability. In a well-documented review of extensive research on this relationship, Fred Fiedler and Thomas Link concluded, cognitive ability tests have been notoriously poor predictors of leadership performance. Relations between intelligence and leadership and managerial performance, accounting for less than 10% of the variance. Even these low correlations are likely to be overestimates of the true relationship. Leader intelligence under certain conditions correlates negatively with performance. Fred A. Fiedler and Thomas G. Link, Leader Intelligence, Interpersonal Stress and Task Performance, in R. J. Steinberg and R. K. Wagner, eds, Mind in Contest, Interactionist. Perspectives on Human Intelligence, New York, Cambridge University Press, 1994, p. 152. Unfortunately, counselors rarely tell students that 90% of the variation in leadership performance is not explained by standardized intelligence measures. How many kids gave up on themselves early in the game of life because they did poorly in school or ranked low on the SAT totem pole? Perhaps they should be told, you still have a chance. You may have to work harder, but you may also have the ability to lead other people. It is the hope that they can succeed that motivates people to do so. Take away hope and what's left is one more economic dropout, or a marginally productive person. If you have both leadership qualities and tenacity, you may eventually outpace all the whiz kids in your class. That is exactly what many millionaire respondents have actually accomplished.